Chicago, like most big cities, has its fair share of unsolved crime. And in most of these cases, somebody saw or heard something. Somebody may have seen a suspicious person, a car driving away from the scene, or simply overheard somebody talking about the case. With your help, we can put these criminals behind bars where they belong. Here in Chicago, we have too many unsolved murders. We need your help. In these cases, the police department is only as strong as the citizens that get involved. Oftentimes, all the detectives need is a tip, a start. Somebody to call in and say, I saw something. Any little information that you know can be the impetus to solve the entire case. On tonight's episode, we'll take a look at the case of Brandon Torres. On November 17th, 2013, Brandon Torres, a star baseball player, was sitting in the back seat of a car after a night out. As the car was driving, someone approached and started firing shots, striking Brandon. Here's his story.
He was a very shy kid, a very happy kid.
Sneaky in his own way. Deal things and have everybody not tell on him, and just he was the leader, even from his siblings.
Very talented when it came to drawing, music, sports. He was, avid into sports. There was not a sport he did not watch. There was not a sport he did not want to play.
Sports was his love, first love. Family, of course, first, but baseball, any kind of sports.
He broke records playing baseball for his high school. Very fast kid, stolen bases. The kid became a star player, and anything he put his hand on or put his foot in, he was just an amazing kid.
He was the motivator. Everybody from the neighborhood, it was like all the neighborhoods, like pretty much my adopted kids, because of Brandon. Brandon was always trying to make friends. That was him. He'll be like, hey guys, what you doing? Hey, you gonna go play here? You gonna go play there? And all of a sudden, all these kids are in my house and they never leave because of Brandon.
He was a leader in his own rights, I would say. Like I said, he was very shy, and he would speak to people, even at random. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself here, but if he saw someone in need, he would stop and make sure that that person did not need anything from him. And as he grew into an adult, you can see that the same characteristics, he's never changed. He had many friends, some that were closer than others, but anyone who had the ability to speak with Brandon knows that, he wanted well for everyone, not just himself. And I still speak to his friends today. Friends that I saw him grow up with, and friends that I recently met, and they all say the same thing. We miss Brandon. We've got a gap in our lives now, because no matter what we did and how we did it, we knew that Brandon was going to set us straight.
He was my best friend. He was my rock. My confidant, my protector, the whole family's protector. He protected his sisters, his brother, me, with anybody. It was pretty much like the man in the house.
It's sad, that this tragedy happened the way it did, because it just really hit home with me. And such a great kid. Just want everyone out in the public to know that. We lost not only a friend, a son, a nephew, we lost a great person that could have done great things in this world.
Back in November 2013, Brandon Torres was 21 years old. And like typical 21-year-olds, he liked to hang out with his friends. They were hanging out at his house that night. Brandon's mom actually heard them talking about what they were going to do. Brandon wanted to go to the party. Sounds like his friends wanted to just hang out and stay home and relax. And Brandon encouraged them to go out, so they all left the house to go to a party. Around 2 in the morning, Brandon and his friends were sitting in a car in the 1600 block of West 44th Street in the Back of the Yards neighborhood. At some point, some men approached on the street and flashed gang signs at Brandon and his friends. Brandon and his friends didn't really know what was going on. They really wanted no part of that and drove away. And as they sped away, the group of guys on the street fired several shots at the car. One of those shots unfortunately hit Brandon in the head. He was rushed to Stroger Hospital, but he passed away from his injuries.
I was sleeping. I heard Brandon leaving for the party. He was talking to his friends. None of them wanted to go to the party. They're like, why do you want to go to the party? He's like, what do you mean? There's girls there, typical 21-year-old. And I started laughing. I remember hearing his voice, and I'm just this kid, So then the other ones just wanted to stay and play PlayStation. And one of his friends said, you know what, I'll go with you. And that was the last time I heard from him. Then I hear my daughter knocking on my door. I fell asleep. And my daughter knocks on the door, and she just tells me Brandon's been shot. Truthfully, I don't remember everything that happened after that point. All I remember, I ended up in the hospital, hoping to God it wasn't my son. But it was.
As anyone who goes out and try to have a good time, as a youngster, as a 21-year-old as Brandon was, you don't expect this. You don't expect that the night's going to end this way, or that you're not going to see the light of day the next day.
Have you been in an accident? Have you been the victim of discrimination or had your rights violated? Have you been injured? If so, the lawyers at Hale Law would love to talk to you. We offer a free consultation. Call me, Andy Hale, 312-870-6926. 312-870-6926. I look forward to talking with you about your case. In November 2013, 21-year-old Brandon Torres was sitting in a car with friends in the 1600 block of West 44th Street in the Back of the Yards neighborhood. About 2 in the morning, they saw some other guys on the street who were flashing some gang signs. Brandon and his friends tried to drive away, and as they drove away, shots were fired, hitting the car. Brandon was shot in the head. He was rushed to Stroger Hospital, but unfortunately passed away from his injuries.
I feel like my life is at a standstill. It's like the world's going on, and everybody going on with their life, and I'm still doing everything I have to do, but not everything I usually do. I guess I don't want to accept it, or my heart hasn't accepted it yet, and I don't think I want to.
The holidays are much harder for us. Again, Brandon was part of everyday life, but just to know that he's not going to be there for the holidays, birthdays, even family gatherings, it's just an empty space, an empty space that we would not be able to fill moving forward.
I have a 6-year-old that Brandon was his world, and she was Brandon's world. And they were like, their bond was so undescribable. You wouldn't think him being the oldest and she was being the youngest, they would be so close. And it's hard to explain to a 6-year-old that your brother's an angel now.
This particular kid and who he was and what he stood for did not belong there. I still today, I can't explain or reason why this happened.
I know somebody knows something. Mother's intuition's never wrong. This code of silence is ridiculous. Brandon did not deserve anything that happened to him. If anybody that knew him knows he didn't deserve it. just say something.
Please, if you know something, come forward. Although we can never replace Brandon, we do want closure. And if I were in their shoes, I would do the same for them. It's just the type of person I am, the type of person I was raised to be. And I'm hoping that someone out there in the public understands this and maybe put themselves in our shoes. We just want closure. We want justice for Brandon, whatever that may be.
Brandon was 21 years old, and like a lot of 21-year-olds, he was just trying to find his way in life, and he had just decided, told his mom, he was thinking about going and trying to get his college degree. And unfortunately, those plans got shattered through this random, senseless act of violence. We're looking for anybody who may have seen these young men flee from the scene, may have heard the gunshots, looked out their window, seen anything, have any information about the crime that took place about 2 in the morning in the 1600 block of West 44th Street back in November 2013 when Brandon was shot and killed. If you have information, please call the Chicago Police Department, Area Central at 312-747-8380. We need to bring justice to Brandon Torres and his family.
We just want to know clarity, what happened and why it happened.
The cases you just watched remain unsolved, and we need your help. If you have any information on tonight's episode or any other cases, please give our detectives a call. We need our communities to come together so we can take back our streets and make our neighborhoods a safer place.